Hello. In this video, we're going to look at the challenges and problems of policy planning and plan implementation. Now, what are the challenges that normally come through plan implementation and policy planning? Weak data and information bank. When the data is not strong enough, or when the information bank is not strong enough, there is every tendency for you to have a wrong information, and that will affect the policy that will come up, and that will affect the implementation as well. Now we'll talk about the infrastructural decay, because when you want to come up with a policy, definitely you need infrastructure to work with those policies, especially during the plan. So in this area, if the infrastructure are not in good order, they are not in place, definitely it will affect the plan. So in this case, it means maintenance will be required for to enhance the infrastructure that will be required for development or to implement the policy that is in place. Inadequate quality manpower. Sometimes the manpower may be there, but they may not be the right manpower. So in this regard, you need the adequate manpower. Manpower that will be useful in the plan and will be useful in the implementation. So it will get this, you ensure that before you go into the implementation process, the right manpower would have been put in place. Next, we'll have to look at the inequitable education opportunity that would have been provided for all. These are areas of challenges, because sometimes you discover the education opportunity is not really for everyone. And when this happens, it equally serves as a challenge, a problem for policy planning. Because in this regard, you discover that when you plan, you may not be able to plan across board. So these are areas of difficulty, areas of challenges. Education needs to be given to everyone. Equal opportunity to everyone, irrespective of whom you are, irrespective of the status, irrespective of whom your parents are, your background, it doesn't really matter. But here again, there is a lack. Then we look at poor governance management. If the management or the power in place, or the management is not right, then it affects the type of plans and the type of implementation that we might find. Again, it could be micro, it could be macro. It could be within a particular organization, and it could be a management at the national level. So it could be a management at the state level, it could be at the local government level, it could be at the institutional level. So there is this area that we need to really look at, that inefficient resource allocation and utilization. Sometimes the resources, if they are not properly allocated, it will affect the plan. It will affect implementation. So we have to look at the inefficient resource allocation. It's a big problem when it comes to implementation and policy plan. Now, disturbing standard of education and quality assurance mechanism. Well, oftentimes we want to say, oh, the standard of education is falling or it has fallen. But however, what is more disturbing is the quality assurance mechanism that has been put in place. So in coming up with a viable policy and implementation plan, you need to look at why has the education fallen, if really it has. Then what are the quality issues that need to be resolved? And having known the quality issues, from there you then know how to go about it, that will enable you come up with a more quality assurance mechanism that will help to enhance the structure and that will help to boost what is being required. Now you need the rapid growth of national population is still part of it. We see the growth, what the population, let's use Nigeria population for example, what it was 50 years ago is not what it is now. What it was 30 years ago is not what it is now. You see that the population of country keep improving. Why? Because so many other things alongside have equally improved. You now have medical sector that have improved and so on. And you have hygiene has improved. So definitely there will be increase in population. So when this increase in population is there, it serves as a challenge as well in problem of policy planning and implementation. Because when it comes, sometimes if you do not have a good forecast, you may not know that at a particular time, what you are planning for may not suffice. And this equally go even to other things around. The number of schools you need to build, the number of chairs you need to buy, the number of teachers that need to be available to teach the students. Now, the rising cost of education, because education is becoming more sophisticated day by day because of the change that is coming, especially in the area of the world of technology. So the rising cost, again, is normally a challenge to policy planning and implementation. Now, we'll talk about non-implementation of policies and plans as conceived. So sometimes some plans and some policies may have been conceived, but they are not implemented as planned. And when this happens again, it hampers the focus of what was planned to achieve. So these are the major challenges and problem of policy planning and plan implementation.